Yo, what is going on guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video it's going to be sort of like a quick tutorial sort of thing. I've been making a bunch of videos and they've been pretty long, so I thought maybe today we'd sort of just tone it down a bit for a nice quick fun video. So in today's video it's going to be sort of like a tutorial on how to make your characters or even just like parts of your designs glow and pop and be more eye-catching. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So to start things off for this tutorial, first thing you guys want to do is grab out your pen tool and pen tool out your character so that we can have it selected by itself. So now that we've pen tooled out our character, we want to quickly click on a layer mask down the bottom here when we have pen tooled it, and then it will come up with this sort of mask sort of look here. Next thing we want to do is go up to where it says select and mask, and then once we've done that we want to go all the way over to the left and use this tool called the refine edge brush tool. And then once we've done that, we just sort of want to lightly go around the outsides of your character's hair, and it will actually erase the background for you and keep all the hair strands in, and that's going to come in later and it's going to be really nice. Alrighty, so now that we've gotten rid of the background, we're just going to quickly erase some little bits of the blur around the hair, so just to make it that little bit nicer. Alrighty, so now we're going to get a background going, so we're just going to make another layer, and then we're just going to go and grab a grey sort of colour for our background and just alt delete on that one to fill the entire background. Then we're going to go adjustments, photo filter, and just grab a blue photo filter and put that one above the background so we get that nice sort of tinge on the grey background. Alright, first thing we're going to quickly do on our character is go to camera raw filter, and then we're just going to play around some of the sliders to make our character pop a little bit more. Alright, our character is looking really nice now, so first thing we're going to do is quickly duplicate the mask that we just made earlier, and then with a white brush we're going to quickly just paint over the entire background so we can see the background, and then just make that entire image larger and put it behind your character. Now this would work for pretty much any image that is like the one that I'm using, just with a character in the middle. And then what we're going to do from here is we're just going to Gaussian blur the background till it's pretty much not visible but still gives off some colors. And then once we've done that, we just want to go Control U on our picture and then just down the saturation to a point where you can sort of see color, but it's not extremely dominant. Alright, now that we have done that, we're just going to grab our normal white brush on 0 hardness and just lightly go around the outsides, and make sure that this is below your blue photo filter and below and behind your character on your layers, and just go around the outside of your character with a nice light white brush. Alright, so now that we have done that, we're just going to down the opacity of that just down to around 20%. And then once we've done that, we'll make another layer and grab a white brush tool and put the layer on an overlay blending, and just go around the outside with a bigger brush like that, just to make the glow that we just made a little bit more predominant. Now once we've done that, we're just going to be using a green and putting that on top and just going around the outside like I said, and then we're actually going to put that below all of our whites that we just made. And then we're going to go into our blending layers, and then we're going to make that a screen blending layer so that it sort of blends in with the whites a little bit more. And we're just going to down the opacity just a little bit because we don't want it overly dominant just yet. But in this sort of process of layering up our brushes, you're going to see that it's going to become really nice and give off that sort of whitish and green glow. The look that we're sort of going for here is a green glow behind the whites and a really harsh sort of small white light that goes around the edges of the character, and then in the background we're going to have our green sort of glow. Alright, so now we're going to be starting on the inner glow of the character. So for here we're just going to grab a inner glow, and we're just going to be putting it on a pretty harsh sort of look around the outside, and then we're going to be downing the opacity so it becomes less harsh and more smooth, and just like a nice sort of light to get rid of the dark edges that we had before. Now once we've done that, I'm going to go back into FX and grab an inner shadow, and then from here we're just going to be layering up different whites and greens to give it that more sort of glow, to bring the background glow and the inner parts of the glow together to make it look like he's blended more in with the glow. Also, while doing this, make sure all your brushes are put under the blue photo filter that we had going, because that's going to make all our brushes look a lot nicer. So for the next part here, we're going to be using a custom brush. Now if you guys don't have any custom brushes, I'm going to leave them down in the description, and there's many videos on how to install them. So what we're going to be doing is just using a smoke. This one is actually to create clouds, but it's sort of, I like the effect that it creates. So we're just going to go around the outside with that on a white color and an overlay blending mode, and just sort of give it that smoky sort of feel to our glow that was originally just a normal brush. With it on an overlay, it sort of just gives it that little bit more of a glow. Now I'm just going to be quickly going over the hair up the top here, giving it that white, really harsh glow from the background, because that is like one of the most crucial parts is the hair. Alright, now that we have done that, we're just going to be going over the outsides with a black brush. Doesn't have to be a smoky sort of brush, any sort of black brush can just be the default brush, and leave it on a 0 hardness pretty much at all times, just to give it that nice smooth sort of look. But we're going to be creating a little bit more of a focal point here by using the blacks, darkening the outside so that it focuses more on the glow and our character. Alright, so now that we have done that, I'm going to quickly run over the hair strands with just a white sort of brush using my drawing tablet. Now this part can be pretty hard if you want to do this with a mouse, because it just doesn't really get the desired effect if you don't have the pressure sensitivity sort of thing that a pen does on a graphic tablet. So this part's sort of not for everyone, but if you do have a graphic tablet, just literally like draw little hair strands that are white. It's really easy, just sort of just small strokes, and that's about it. Now we're just going to go on our background layer really quickly and just change that temperature down a little bit more blue in camera raw filter to give it that nice sort of glow, and we are pretty much done for the tutorial. The rest of the video now is pretty much me just adding some cool little effects that I thought looked cool. This doesn't actually have to be part of your character, it's just something that I thought I could do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and leave a comment for what else you guys want to see. Anyway, it's been your boy Jordan, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.